As the sun rose over Arizona's vast expanse, the dusty trail that had been worn smooth by generations of hikers and explorers seemed to stretch on forever, the Grand Canyon's majestic expanse unfolding like a canvas of ancient secrets waiting to be unearthed. Amidst the rusted rock formations and wispy juniper trees, a small wooden cabin stood as if guarding the secrets within its weathered door, creaking softly in the gentle breeze. The cabin had been a refuge for Park Ranger Jameson, a place where he could escape the harsh realities of his work and indulge in the nostalgia of his family's history. Inside, Jameson sat hunched over his prized possession, a vintage camera that had been passed down through his family for generations. His eyes, creased from years of squinting into the desert sun, scanned each photograph with a practiced intensity, as if searching for a hidden message within the faded images. This particular picture, taken in the early 1900s, caught his attention, a lone figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue standing at the very edge of a precipice that seemed to defy gravity. The image was so vivid it felt as though the figure was standing right before him, its piercing gaze boring into his very soul. As he examined the photograph more closely, a faint crease appeared between Jameson's eyebrows. He felt an inexplicable sense of unease, as if the very fabric of reality was beginning to unravel. The figure in the picture seemed to be watching him, its gaze following Jameson's every move. He shivered, the camera slipping from his grasp. Suddenly, the cabin's wooden walls seemed to close in around him, the air thickening with an otherworldly energy. The next morning, Jameson awoke to find the camera was gone. The small wooden cabin, once a sanctuary of sorts for the ranger, now felt like a tomb. Panic set in as he scrambled to retrace his steps, only to realize that the thief had left behind a cryptic message etched into the wall: "Seeker of truth, follow the petroglyphs." A chill ran down Jameson's spine as he wondered if this was more than just a prank. The message seemed to sear itself into his consciousness, echoing the whispers of his ancestors who had spoken of ancient secrets hidden within the canyon's ancient rock. Meanwhile, in the nearby town of Williams, a local amateur detective named Emily Winterwood had been exploring the Grand Canyon's hidden wonders for years. Her curiosity was piqued by the mysterious message, and she found herself drawn to the ancient petroglyphs hidden deep within the canyon's labyrinthine trails. As she deciphered the symbols, Emily began to unravel the threads of a centuries-old mystery that had been woven into the very fabric of rock. The petroglyphs spoke of an ancient people, one that had lived in harmony with the land, their stories and secrets etched into the stone. Emily's fascination with the petroglyphs was only rivaled by her interest in the enigmatic Jameson. As a keen observer of human nature, with a detective's instincts, Emily decided to follow the petroglyphs to see where they might lead her. As the sun climbed higher in its arc, Emily set off along the dusty trail, her feet carrying on a path that had been trodden by countless others. The air was alive with the whispers of ancient stories, each step revealing a new chapter in the Grand Canyon's mysterious history. Emily walked for hours, the petroglyphs leading her to a secluded oasis where the water was clear and crystalline. It was as if she had stumbled upon a hidden treasure, one that held the secrets of her own past. As she sat on the rocky outcropping surrounded by the ancient symbols and stories, Emily felt a strange sense of connection to Jameson, as if their paths were destined to cross once more. She could almost hear the whispers of his ancestors echoing through the rock formations. Suddenly she realized that the camera's disappearance was not just a prank, but part of an ancient legacy, one that was slowly revealing itself to her. As the sun dipped below horizon, Emily returned to Williams with a newfound sense of purpose. She knew that Jameson was the key to unlocking this ancient mystery, and she was determined to find him. The game, as they say in detective circles, was afoot. Meanwhile, in the Grand Canyon, Jameson had been retracing his steps, trying to make sense of the mysterious message and his own growing unease. He had been warned about the dangers of meddling with forces beyond his understanding, but something compelled him to follow the petroglyphs. As the sun set over Arizona's vast expanse, Jameson stood at the edge of a precipice, the wind whipping his hair into a frenzy. He felt as though he was standing on the very edge of reality, with the secrets he had uncovered threatening to consume him. It was then that he heard Emily's voice, her footsteps echoing through the canyon as she called out to him. Jameson turned, his eyes locking onto hers. For a moment they stood there in silence. Then, as if the very fabric of reality had been torn asunder, the two of them stepped forward into the unknown. As they descended into the depths of this ancient mystery, Emily and Jameson found themselves at the center of a maelstrom that threatened to consume them. Ancient secrets and hidden truths began to unravel, revealing a world that was both familiar and strange. They walked side by side, their footsteps echoing through the canyon as they uncovered a tale of love, loss, and sacrifice that would change them forever. The journey was long and arduous, with twists and turns that threatened to consume them. But as they delved deeper into the heart of this ancient mystery, Emily and Jameson discovered that the secrets they uncovered were not just those of the past, but also those of their own heart.